The budgetary arrangement for this year is based on the 238 billion RMB. For the size of deficit actually is the same as the one last year. Deficit to GDP ratio decrease because China's economy is pursuing progress while ensuring stability and a healthier fiscal situation. I would also like to share with you that the decrease in deficit to GDP ratio will also conducive to China's long-term economic development as well as effective macro regulation. You may have already noticed that the ratio of deficit to GDP declining. I also answer the question regarding the scope of fiscal budget. Actually, these are one of factors to identify active fiscal policy. Besides deficit, if you look at one country's fiscal policy, whether it's active or not, you should also consider that this country's fiscal policy during execution is effective or not, is conducive to the economic development in a healthy way. If you have already read the budgetary report in details, I'm not doing advertisement. This is my suggestion. Please read in details and pay close attention to China's fiscal development. Actually, it's very easy to tell that this year's active fiscal policy actually has remained a very strong momentum. Why I'm saying this? Please allow me to elaborate. First, this year's government expenditure is increasing. The general transfer payment will reach 21 trillion yuan, as the government expenditure is budgeted at 21 trillion yuan. In our work report, it mentioned is 20.9 trillion yuan. Based on the same standards, increased 7.6% compared to the number last year. This growth rate actually is surpassing the increase rate of 6.1% of government revenue. We can tell this is a very strong number.
Meanwhile, I also mentioned that we have also issued a bond to local government. Also have a 550 billion increase over last year. And also we have around like 30 billion increased in the investment for the budget in our budget report. The two figures I have delivered just further inform you that we are actually expanding the investment instead of deducting the investment. And also, the second point I want to make is that we keep slashing the tax and the fees. For this year's budget, for the whole year, we will reduce tax by around 800 billion yuan, and with a fee reduction at 300 billion yuan. This is the reason why we want to carry out the reform